Hey there everybody, welcome back to another episode of Diablo 4. I'm Captain Beefy, this is the Game Vault, and we're going to talk about one of the systems in the game that I think is very important and you shouldn't sleep on it. That's the Renown system. So let's cue up the music and we'll get to talking about it. Alright, first off, what is Renown? Renown is something you can achieve in every region of the game, and currently there are 5 regions in the game. You've got Fractured Peaks, Dry Steppes, Hawazar, Kyrgyzstan, and Skogsglen. And as you can see, each one of them has 5 levels of Renown that you can achieve. The first level gets you 1 skill point. They all get you money, so we're only going to look at the second thing they get you. But the first one gets you 1 skill point. The second one gets you +1 potion capacity. The third one gets you a 2nd skill point. The fourth one raises your maximum obols by 80. And the last one gets you 4 paragon points. Now the first 3 levels can be achieved before you leave World Tier 2. So you can do those while playing the regular campaign, before you hit the capstone dungeon. And a lot of people talk about Renown and is it worth it or is it not worth it. That's up to you to make that choice. I'm just going to explain what it does to you. Personally, I found it to be worth it. I went for it. So there's 6 different ways you can gain Renown, and you'll see the different values at the bottom. The first is waypoints. So every time you go to a new city or a little spot that has a waypoint in it, you want to activate it. These do not activate on their own. They're not like some games where if you get within a certain distance of it, it goes, oh, campfire activated, or this is activated. No, you got to go up, click on it, and say, hey, I want this, and it's yours. The second way is strongholds. Now, these give you the most renown for each one that you take care of. There's only 3 per region, so it's a maximum of 300 renown you're going to get for doing a stronghold. They tend to be a little challenging, I'm not going to lie, so you want to make sure you're ready to take them down. But that's 300 right there you can get. Side quests are worth 20 a pop, which isn't bad. And there are side quests all over the place in pretty much every town you go to. Sometimes you'll find them out in the wild. As you can see, I'm still missing 2 for Fractured Peaks, which is aggravating me. But, I'll find them eventually. I'll just have to locate them, But again, they're 20 a piece. Areas discovered, I've got 75 of 76, and for the life of me, I don't know what I'm missing. I have covered Fractured Peaks like I grew up there, but it's only worth 5 a piece. I'm not really looking for it now for any renown, obviously, because I've maxed out in this region, but that 75 out of 76 is aggravating. Side dungeons, I got all those done. These are great because they give you 30 a pop. They will be at your level, so you really don't have to worry too much. It's not like a stronghold, which can be tough. I mean, dungeons can be tough, especially when you're first starting out. But if you've got a decent character and you've been working with them, you'll be able to handle these dungeons without much of a problem. And last but not least is the Altars of Lilith. These are only worth 10 a pop. There's 28 of them in this region, and as you can see, that number varies up to 34 from 28, so depending on the region you're in will depend on how many of those you can get. As you can see, strongholds stay the same, waypoints, side quests, areas discovered, side dungeons, all that changes, but Altars of Lilith serve 2 purposes, and both of them are very useful. The Renown alone is great because, it can help you get that extra skill point and whatever, but also when you activate an Altar of Lilith, you'll get a bonus for your account. And we're going to talk about how Renown applies to your account in just a minute. But you might go to one and it gives you 2 points in not a random thing, but a preset thing. And there's a map that I'm going to link you to. We'll talk about a little bit more in the description. That will tell you where each altar is and what each altar will give you when you activate it. So some of them give you strength, some will give you dexterity, some will give you max obols. I think it raises you by 5. There's a few out there that give you extra paragon points, so the list goes on and on. Now, getting one Altar of Lilith doesn't really make a huge impact on your character, but if you take the time and get them all in your region, you can feel the difference. It gives you a definite power spike. And if you go from region to region and do it, you'll definitely feel the power spike as you're playing, because, you know, you're gaining these extra things. This is a way to avoid... So, let's back up a second. The way this game works is, as you level, your enemies level, right? Now, some enemies are going to be higher level than you in certain regions because they have a minimum level threshold. So you might be level 10 and go into a region where the minimum threshold is 20, you're dead. But if you go into a level 10 region, everything's going to be level 10 on the same level as you. Now, if you're just leveling straight up and you haven't acquired any renown, you haven't done any of the altars of Lilith or anything like that, you may find yourself a little bit behind the curve in combat there. You may find that these level 10 guys, or level 20, or whatever it is when you get to that point, feel a little stronger than you, especially if you haven't found good gear, or you don't know how to, you haven't really messed around with your gear too much and really looked at what synergizes with your skills and all that kind of stuff. So this is a good way to kind of circumvent that feeling of getting weaker as you get stronger by gaining those extra points and gaining that renown. Imagine having an extra 10 skill points because you've maxed out to level 3 your renown in every region when you finally face off against Lilith. That's almost like gaining 10 levels. I mean, it doesn't do it in health and all that, but it does it in your skill points, which can make the difference of, you know, upgrading a skill to the max or adding something that a feature to a skill that you really wanted, whatever. It's great. Definitely helps. And 5 extra potions is nice. I carry 9 potions at a time right now. Well, actually, I carry 13, but 4 of those come from an item that I've got. And that's a ridiculous amount of potions. I don't need the 13 potions, so I'm not holding on to that piece of equipment for the potions. It just happened to have it right now. But I'll replace that and not miss it. But still, 9 potions is a lot. And it's a huge help, especially in a big boss fight. If you're running nightmare dungeons and you're running into trouble, you're running them a few levels above you and you're running into trouble, those extra potions can be a huge help. So, do I recommend farming renown? Yes. Now, I recommend farming it up to level 3 until you get to the capstone dungeon. You finish the game, you hit level 50, you get to the capstone dungeon, and you make it to World Tier 3. When World Tier 3 comes up, then you can do the next 2. You can do 4 and 5. You can gain the max opals, which isn't a big deal, but the Paragon points are great. That's an extra 20 Paragon points. That's a lot. You know, when you look at your Paragon board, that can make a substantial difference. Getting 4 per level is nice. That's like going up 5 more levels, you know. So you really can't beat that. So you're basically getting 10 levels in skill points and 5 levels in Paragon points. That's like an extra 15 levels above what you are in relation to your skills and your Paragon points. And that's huge. Not to mention the Paragon points you can farm from the Altars of Lilith. And I believe there's only 5 of them. I'm not 100% sure of that. I think there's only 1 per region. I might be wrong. Let me know down in the comments if you know differently. It might be 10, but I think it's 5. I don't know. So, in any case, those are huge differences. Now, as far as before you get to farming all of the renown in the region, I almost recommend you play through the game until, I think it's somewhere toward the end of Act 3, when you get the horse. When you get your mount, life becomes exponentially easier in this game because you're able to go from place to place very quickly and avoid combat that you don't want to engage in, especially if you're doing something like farming Altars of Lilith. Okay, and that's what I did. When I got my mount, I was like, alright, I got my mount. I went back to the Fractured Peaks, and I got every Altar of Lilith. Then I went to the Dry Steppes, I got every Altar of Lilith. It took me a little bit, but it didn't take me too long because I had my mount, and I used a map. And again, I'll show you the map. Let's put it on screen right now for you. So as you can see, this map will show you where the altars of Lilith are located and what they provide for you. So if you're really in a pinch and you just want to target a specific thing like more intelligence for your sorcerer or more strength for your barbarian, then by all means do that. But it's pretty easy to just kind of jump around from altar to altar, drop a waypoint down on the map that match on your map in game, and match it up with the location on the map I showed you, and just run to it with your horse. You don't even need to get off your horse to collect it. You just go do it, boom, mark it off on the map as found, move on to the next one, and so on and so on. And if you want to mix it up and hit up dungeons while you're in the area, you can collect some side dungeons, get more renown for the area. Don't worry about getting too much renown before you make it to World Tier 3, because if you make more than you need for World Tier 3, it's just going to sit there in your earned renown, and when you get to World Tier 3, if you have enough to claim the fourth one, you'll be able to claim the fourth one, and you'll just have to work on the fifth one. So it's a win-win situation regardless. When you get to World Tier 3, you definitely want to finish off your renown and get those Paragon points and all that. But again, that's post finishing the game, post level 50, post capstone dungeon, and it's good times. Now another bonus is as you're collecting renown and you're doing side dungeons, you're getting aspects in most of them for your character, and these aspects will help your character, I think all of them actually, but these aspects will give your character different abilities that they can put onto weapons and armor to enhance it, okay? So, there's a big question about renown, and is it character-wide or is it account-wide? And it's kind of a mix of the two. So, let's go ahead and I'm going to go to a new character and I'll show you what I mean by that. Alright, so here we have a brand new level 1 character. I skipped a campaign, just created this guy just for the fun of it. He's just another sorcerer and all that, but none of that matters. But as you can see, he's got 75 strength, 78 intelligence, willpower and dexterity, 76 and 75. He benefits from the renown that we've earned in the area, and if we look, even though we only have 25 renown for this area, and that's because we have one waypoint automatically located and one area discovered, he still gets the bonus at the bottom that says 1 skill point. Just like he has 1 potion capacity, another skill point, 80 max obols, and 4 extra paragon points. So if you look down by his, right above his health globe down there, you can see 9 of 9 potions for a level 1 character that's just a big baby. He's just born, right? If we go to his abilities, we have 10 available points right off the bat. That's fantastic, Normally, you start off and you're just doing a basic attack until you hit level 2, and you can select whatever it is you want to select. So this guy starts right off with, let's see how far we can take it. We can go there, we can give him a fireball. We'll need another. We'll go here, we can give him a flame shield. Is that enough? Nope. That's it. So we can give him a level 3 firebolt, a level 4 fireball, and a level 4 flame shield without even leveling up. So the first time he walks out of town, he's already stacked a little bit, right? So that's great. So if you're going to do an alt character, renown is even more important than ever, because it's an immediate thing that you can benefit from. And it'll make leveling your alt up quite a bit easier than it is on your initial character, because you won't have to worry so much about being outgunned by creatures at the same level as you. So, if you have any questions about Renown, let me know down in the comments below what your thoughts are. Again, like I said, some people say it's a waste of time. I don't think so, I think it's definitely worthwhile, and I think it's something that you should strive for. I wouldn't focus on it exclusively in the beginning of the game, but definitely wouldn't overlook it, definitely wouldn't overlook it. If you're going to an area and you want to pop that map up, even if you just kind of want to half-ass it as you go along and say, alright, well, I've got a mission taking me here, let me pull up the map and look, oh, there's 2 altars of Lilith in the area. take those quick detours and go grab them while you're on your way to the mission, man. You will not regret it, I guarantee you that. Alright, so if you enjoyed this video at all, please leave a like on it down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell for notifications. I'll be doing videos like this pretty much daily for Diablo, different types of videos. And if you have any requests or anything you want to learn about, if I know about it, I'll make a video. If I don't, I'll learn about it and make a video. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, peace.